see how this process and everything is going to go. And now, as far as I'm concerned, Napoleon, he's just as crooked as well. He's no better than he ain't no better than Tiffany.
Oh.
Like all these folks are just flat out, straight out, legitimately crooked. And to have those, I was like, well, he strategically planned that. He had that party, and when we got there, instead of the rightful thing would have been, like I said, I'm not a Tiffany fan either, but I just believe what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Two wrongs will never make a right. Regardless of how bad a person is, it's important that you operate in integrity and do what's right. Because I'm a firm believer, right will always outdo wrong any day.
Yep.
And to have those people at that party and seeing all the people inside house and all these other folks, so all that stuff was strategically planned out. You should have made those people, once that party was over, exit the building and then allow, whatever the people that's there for the caucus to come in. Because I'm quite sure a lot of those people that was actually in that building, they were not Thornton Township residents.
Oh, don't worry. We got the proof. There's a lot of us content creators who caught it. I caught a few that I knew, and I started taking pictures like, what is going on here? I was so excited to see this was going to be my first caucus actually watching, but if you watch, I did a whole breakdown of the rules, telling people what to expect. And one of the things I said they better not sit there and use a voice count or say I or raise their hand, because that is so messy, not professional, and it's going to be a problem. And
because it was just, I would have rather them, such a thing as a voice count. I'm like, this is crazy. This is just completely crazy. Now, I would have rather they let all the people in, and even if they would have did all for Tiffany, you stand, and then you actually count the number of people or whatever. I could even went with something like that. But the thing about it is now, there was a lot of people outside, because like I said, me and my husband, we went, and it was a lot of people outside. Most of the people in that line was not for Tiffany.
Thank you. I saw it. I watched it.
She had people. There was about maybe 10 that had those T-shirts on. Now, those buses was not full of seniors. They brought those buses, and they were saying people can use them as warming station because it was cold. Now, there might have been one or two buses that had seniors in there, and they had driven them up to up at the front where the door is at. Now, they were sitting in the bus. The sad part about it is, and I want Miss Tiff to really get her shit together. Like, little girl, I'm really gonna want you to grow up and really get it together. Like, before the hand of judgment really step down on you. Some of those seniors, because I was standing right there, me and my husband, we were like, the news was right there, the old people were on the bus. We were right there. I witnessed this with my own eyes. Some of those seniors got out of the bus because when they came and said, it's over with, she lost. And then I guess that was at the point where Tiff was coming out of the building. Some of the older people, they got out of the bus. And this is the part that literally broke my heart. They were almost in tears. They were like, this is so unfair. And now a lot of them are pissed off at Tiffany. They were like, she had us to come up here in this cold. We didn't get a chance to come. She didn't bother to come out to address us, to say nothing to us. She just go inside and do what she's doing. But what the older folks don't understand was that the building inside was already filled to capacity. So the fire marshal is out there. You got to know you can only allow so many people in the building before it becomes a safety hazard. Mm-hmm. So all those people, he planned that. He had all these people in there, house and all them in there, all the cliques and all that stuff in there. The only people from Dolton that really was in there is the same clique of people that actually goes to the meeting. Mm-hmm. And to see those old people, them seniors, standing out there in that cold, crying, and they were like so disappointed. That's the part for me that was heartbreaking, because I'm like, you guys, I understand this is politics. I understand everybody's fighting for position, but we got to start operating in integrity. We got to start doing stuff right. This thing has just grown to a whole nother monster. And it was, and my husband, he was just like, wow. And, and then the news media, and I'm like, guys, I understand you all trying to get a story and all this other stuff. They were about to knock the old folks down when she came out the building. It was just a complete shit show. Literally.
I'm literally digesting it, because I'm getting it from so many different angles, and I had people down there, and they said similar to you. We not Tiffany supporters, but people who deal with democracy and seeing a system. The way they did things is very dangerous. As far as, if, like I said, if we had someone years down the line who didn't do what Tiffany did, and they played moves like that, that's going to tell you that we're never going to have a democracy. On top of the fact that, did you know they had an event prior, and the people that was in the event, those were some.
So that was the thing. Yes.
That's how they filled the room. That's how they filled.
The party prior. So all the people from the party, and that's what I was saying. Instead of having them to leave out of the building, be like, okay, you guys, the party is over. You all have to exit the building, go outside or whatever. And then they had people standing at the door ready to check the IDs to make sure that you were part of Thornton Township. Now they opened the door and let maybe they might have let maybe about 15 people in. That was it. Then they closed the door. The guy was like, nobody else can come in. It's full to capacity.
Oh, my God.
But the people from the party were still sitting inside the room. So this is how I know that this was strategically planned.
Everybody say that. It was
it was planned.
It was it was kind of like we all came to a collective live today. Like, even the people who don't agree with each other, Lee, Jedediah, Nate the lawyer, Keith Price even came on it. We pretty much highlight that the whole thing was disgusting, and it didn't seem democratic. They still trying to bask in the ambiance that she did not get on that ticket, but is the rules that was set to change and maneuver to make sure she don't get on. It was. I'm with you. I'm with being honorable. Let's just have a straight duel. You gonna literally do what she's been doing to y'all? That's what I'm saying.
What's funny about it, I said, now I'm sitting here like, now you trying to do to me what they just did to you.
I'm gonna pray for you, because you get into a beast, and that's why I was saying I could talk to people and teach people about this system, about law, but for me to participate, no, because this right here, it's not no representation of the people making a choice, their freedom of speech, none of this, all of this. And then guess what? These lawsuits that they filing, I would believe is going to come out of the people's money some way, somehow. Tiffany is going to maneuver in a way that she ain't paying for this shit. And then the trustees got to continue to pay Odison. And that was just so crazy, because I'm like, yo, how does this work? I know this Illinois, and they say they crooked as all hell. But Audison is in too many cases against Tiffany and between the village and her. He shouldn't. I in my opinion, as being a legal researcher, and I'll verify it, I don't think that he was even supposed to play a role. When it comes,
and then the fact that he stood there and said, "Well, this has already been planned out," so you basically saying that you guys, all of you all look clicked up, set up, and strategically planned this out to do what you guys. Sorry, that's enough. Hey, stop. Sorry, stop. Get back. Go. Stop the noise. Move it.
They gave her a case. They ran their mouth too much. They said they gave her a case still, regardless, even if she didn't comply with the rules as far as having an assessor. They still gave her a case. She told them people still outside. You got to let them in. Things like that. They literally did what she did, because that's her karma. But it was wrong as all hell. And we can't celebrate that when we wasn't celebrating when she was doing it.